There have been moments where we have overstepped into, and we've considered those moments somewhat shameful, whether it's Jim Crow or slavery or the internment of the Japanese. Is it that Trump is in some ways, and I don't want to suggest that it's to the same extent, but he's condensing our timeline of those types of overreaches into a kind of anti-constitutional resin. And so we're just being fed it in a, like, it's just happening in such concentrated form. Is that what I'm reacting to? Is that what I'm feeling, Jill?
I went back and I read the coverage of, sort of mid to late November 2016, how people reacted to his election.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Andrew Sullivan sort of fatefully wrote this article, "This is Trump's America Now. A country built to end tyranny and thwart tyranny is now obligated itself to, we have erected a new king." And a lot of people were like, wow, that's the beginning of Trump derangement syndrome. And he was sort of mocked for that. And it turned out he was just premature, right? Like those 4 years passed.
An early adopter of technology.
Like not that there weren't crises in the first Trump administration, but of course,
Right.
indeed, the constitutional order held, and he was indeed thwarted. And I think
But
a
barely,
lot of
Jill.
right, but compared to these few months, right? So, I mean, my favorite line there was an Atlantic piece that came out a bit ago, where a Trump guy said, watching him in his second term, the first 100 days was like the part of Jurassic Park when the velociraptors learn how to turn the doorknobs. And that's what it is, right? Like that's okay. You're like, where are the loopholes in federal law and statutes in the Constitution? Right. Well, like that's where we are. But you know what? The thing that really blows my mind with the Musk-Trump thing, I would say as a historian, as much as I have read about it and thought about it and written about it, I don't think I ever in a visceral way have understood how hard it was to end monarchy. Like how hard it is to bring down someone with that power. Like even Musk, for, whatever, like, okay, you can have my rockets back, sir, please, sir.
Right.
This guy's brought to heel. Now he's on his little leash. And not that you wanted him to be out there. He's not going to be fighting for American democracy, whatever he says, but like, if not Harvard, if not LA, if not like, what can actually do it?
Because it's collective. It's collective. It has to be.
It is a real opportunity for us to think about on the eve of our 250th anniversary.
Come on, let me play some music. Get a fight.
What do you have to do? You have to be willing to stand with the people that you disagree with and say, I disagree with you about everything, but the one thing we agree about is that we get to decide how to govern ourselves. Yes. Some guy doesn't just come in here and pay everybody off and throw his army around and say what he wants to say and tell everybody else to shut up and watch him and admire him and look at his new self-portraits that will be all over the country.
All mugshots.
Bow before them with his fierce like we can't do that. Like that's going to take a lot of work. Like the amount of work that takes is phenomenal. People have to like get off their asses.
And it's not even monarchy. It's hard to get rid of monarchy. Think of how hard it was to get rid of the Gilded Age robber barons. The one thing about government that is not given enough thing, government does the things that business won't because there's not or shouldn't. And it's the only thing strong enough to stand up to a corporate tyranny as well. And so you saw the Gilded Age, man, that thing happened until the fucking bottom dropped out. And then it was a catastrophe.